Now close your eyes for a second, take a deep breath, and realize something powerful. You woke up today. That alone is a blessing many didn't receive. Before the noise of the world rushes in, before the stress, the pressure, the expectations, there is this quiet moment. And in this moment, you have a choice. You can rush into your day feeling behind, overwhelmed, and distracted, or you can step into it grounded, grateful, and in control. Gratitude isn't just a feeling, it's a decision. A decision to focus on what you have instead of what you lack. A decision to see opportunities instead of obstacles. Because the truth is, the way you start your morning doesn't just affect a few hours, it shapes your entire life. One positive morning leads to a better day. Better days build better weeks. And those weeks, they create a life most people only dream about. So today, before you check your phone, before you compare your life to anyone else, take a moment and appreciate what's already yours. The breath in your lungs, the strength in your body, the chance to try again. Because every single day you wake up is another chance to rewrite your story. And it starts with gratitude. Gratitude has the power to completely transform the way you see your life, but only if you choose to practice it consistently. Most people wake up already thinking about what they don't have. More money, more success, more recognition, and that mindset quietly drains their energy before the day even begins. When your focus is always on what's missing, life feels like a constant struggle, like you're always chasing something just out of reach. But the moment you shift your attention toward what you already have, everything begins to change from the inside out. Gratitude moves your mind from a place of scarcity to a place of abundance. Instead of seeing life as something that is lacking, you begin to see it as something that is already full. This doesn't mean your problems disappear or that your goals no longer matter. It simply means you stop allowing what you don't have to control your emotions. You begin to realize that even in the middle of challenges, there are still things to appreciate. Your ability to keep going, the lessons you are learning, the strength you are building. Over time, this mindset compounds. The more you appreciate, the more you notice positive things around you. Opportunities become clearer, relationships feel deeper, and even ordinary moments start to feel meaningful. Life doesn't necessarily become easier, but it becomes richer, more fulfilling, and more aligned with who you truly are. And it all begins with a simple shift in focus. From what is missing to what is already present. Every morning you wake up, life quietly hands you something incredibly powerful, a reset. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday, how many mistakes you made, how many opportunities you missed, or how heavy things felt. The moment your eyes open, you are given another chance to begin again. Most people overlook this. They carry yesterday's stress into today, replaying failures, holding on to regret, and dragging old energy into a new day. But if you truly understand the power of a fresh morning, you realize that each day is a clean slate waiting for a new story. The beauty of a new morning is that it doesn't ask for perfection. It doesn't demand that you have everything figured out. It simply gives you the opportunity to try again, but this time with more awareness, more strength, and more clarity than before. Yesterday's struggles are not meant to define you. They are meant to teach you. And when you wake up, you have the choice to either stay stuck in those lessons or use them as fuel to move forward. What you do in the first moments of your morning matters more than you think. Your thoughts, your focus, and your attitude begin shaping your entire day before you even step out of bed. If you start your morning feeling rushed, negative, or overwhelmed, that energy follows you into everything you do. But if you slow down, take a breath, and remind yourself that today is a new opportunity, you begin to take control instead of reacting to life. A fresh morning is also a reminder that change doesn't require a perfect moment or a major breakthrough. It starts with small decisions. Choosing to think differently. Choosing to act with intention. Choosing to believe that today can be better than yesterday. These small shifts may not feel dramatic in the moment, but over time, they create powerful momentum. Day by day, you begin to build a version of yourself that is stronger, more focused, and more aligned with your goals. When you truly embrace the idea that every morning is a new beginning, you stop fearing failure as much. You understand that even if things don't go your way, another opportunity is already on its way. This mindset gives you freedom, the freedom to take risks, to grow, and to keep moving forward without being held back by the past. Each sunrise becomes a quiet reminder that no matter where you are right now, you're never stuck. You are always one decision away from a fresh start. It's easy to believe that big changes in life come from big moments, huge wins, major breakthroughs, or once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. But the truth is, the real transformation happens in the small, often overlooked moments that most people ignore. Gratitude lives in those moments. It's not just about celebrating the obvious victories. It's about recognizing the quiet details of your everyday life that, when appreciated, begin to shift everything. Think about how often you move through your day on autopilot. You wake up, check your phone, rush through your routine, and move from one task to another without ever truly noticing what's around you. In that state, even the good things lose their meaning because you're too distracted to feel them. But when you slow down and start appreciating the small moments, the warmth of the sun, a peaceful breath, a kind word from someone, or even the simple fact that you have another chance, you begin to reconnect with life in a deeper way. These small moments may seem insignificant on their own, but they carry a quiet power. Each time you acknowledge something positive, no matter how small, you are training your mind to focus on what is going right instead of what is going wrong. And over time, that mental shift becomes automatic. You don't have to force yourself to be positive. It becomes part of who you are. Your brain starts scanning for opportunities, for good experiences, for things to appreciate, and that changes how you experience the world. What makes this even more powerful is consistency. One moment of gratitude might lift your mood for a few minutes, but repeated daily, it starts to rewire your mindset. It builds emotional strength. It makes you less reactive to negativity and more grounded in difficult situations. When challenges come, and they always do, you don't fall apart as easily because your mind has been conditioned to look for balance, to find something stable even in chaos. Over time, these small acts of appreciation stack up. They influence how you treat others, how you handle stress, and how you view your own progress. You begin to realize that life isn't just about chasing big achievements. It's also about fully experiencing the journey along the way. The ordinary becomes meaningful, and the meaningful becomes powerful. And without even realizing it, those small moments you chose to appreciate start shaping a bigger, more positive, and more fulfilling life. The way you begin your morning sets the emotional and mental direction for everything that follows, whether you realize it or not. Before the world has a chance to influence you, before outside opinions, stress, or distractions take over, your mind is in its most impressionable state. In those early moments, your thoughts act like instructions, quietly telling your brain what to expect from the day. If your first reaction is stress, frustration, or a negativity, your mind begins searching for more of the same, and suddenly every small inconvenience feels bigger than it really is. Most people underestimate how powerful this starting point is. They reach for their phone, scroll through endless information, compare their lives to others, and unknowingly fill their mind with noise before they've even grounded themselves. This creates a reactive mindset, where instead of leading the day, they spend the rest of it trying to catch up emotionally. The day feels rushed, scattered, and overwhelming, not because of what actually happens, but because of how it started. But when you take control of your morning, everything shifts. When you choose to begin your day with intention, even if it's just a few minutes of stillness or reflection, you create a sense of stability that carries forward. You remind yourself that you are not at the mercy of your circumstances. You set the tone. You decide how you respond. This doesn't mean your day will be perfect, but it means you are prepared for whatever comes your way with a clearer, stronger mindset. A positive morning mindset acts like a filter. Challenges still happen, but they don't hit you as hard. Instead of reacting emotionally, you pause, think, and respond with purpose. You become more focused, more patient, and more aware of your actions. This level of control gives you an advantage, because while others are being pulled in different directions by stress and distraction, you're moving forward with clarity. This also affects your productivity and energy. When your mind is calm and focused, your actions become more intentional. You waste less time on unnecessary distractions and put more energy into what actually matters. Even simple tasks feel more manageable because you're not carrying unnecessary mental weight. Your confidence grows, not because everything is easy, but because you trust yourself to handle whatever comes. Over time, this daily habit of starting your morning with the right mindset compounds into something powerful. It builds discipline, emotional strength, and a sense of control over your life. And as each day improves, so does your overall direction, because it all begins with how you choose to show up in those first moments after you wake up. Gratitude is more than just a positive emotion. It is a powerful force that strengthens your mind, stabilizes your emotions, and helps you navigate life with a deeper sense of peace. When you make gratitude a daily habit, you begin to build resilience from within. Life will always bring challenges, setbacks, and moments of uncertainty, but gratitude changes how you respond to those moments. Instead of feeling overwhelmed or defeated, you develop the ability to stay grounded, to see beyond the problem, and to keep moving forward with strength. Resilience is not about avoiding difficulties. It's about facing them without losing yourself in the process. When your mind is trained to appreciate what is still good, even in tough situations, you don't collapse under pressure as easily. You start to understand that a bad moment does not equal a bad life. This awareness creates emotional stability, allowing you to recover faster from setbacks and maintain your focus on what truly matters. Gratitude becomes your anchor, keeping you steady when everything around you feels uncertain. At the same time, gratitude brings a sense of inner peace that many people spend their lives searching for. Instead of constantly chasing happiness in external achievements or validation, you begin to experience it from within. You realize that peace is not something you find at the end of success. It is something you create in the present moment by appreciating what already exists. This shift removes unnecessary pressure from your life. You no longer feel like you're always behind or not doing enough because you learn to value your progress and your journey. Gratitude also fuels positivity in a way that feels natural, not forced. You don't have to pretend everything is perfect. You simply choose to focus on what is meaningful, and that focus gradually shapes your thoughts, your words, and your actions. People around you begin to notice this energy. Your presence becomes calmer, more uplifting, and more inspiring. Not because you're trying to impress anyone, but because you're aligned with a mindset that attracts growth and connection. Over time, this combination of resilience, peace, and positivity transforms how you experience life. You become less reactive to negativity, more appreciative of the present, and more confident in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. And as you continue to practice gratitude every single day, you don't just improve your mood, you elevate your entire life experience. So if this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.